it's an honor to be here. I won't be standing there, and I don't have those nice words that Mr. Ajay was talking like, and he finished half of what I wanted to say anyway. But I need to highlight something very important. A couple of facts. I will not be talking about my company for sure. I'm a UAE national living in Dubai in a very golden age. Like we started from nothing in 20, 25 years where we were alive, came to something that everyone knows the UAE and knows Dubai. And that was only possible because of the open room for innovation. And in our generation, which is like somewhere back, we didn't have any focus on innovation. We didn't have it the way we're seeing it now. Look, our present here today shows that there is a mind shift. In the old days, the curriculums in universities or in schools are very focused to the books that were there maybe for the last 30, 40 years. And unfortunately, we cannot keep innovation in labs and in universities that are dedicated for innovation because the pace is very fast. If we look at this logo, I consider these visible points are actually the structured innovation forms that we have. But there's a lot of connection in the background that we need to bring to the table. As we saw, Mr. Ajay gave us 2, 3 examples. That great thing that changed our life was not really from the labs, was just from people, because we are working for people. And recently, I'm lucky to join a couple of university and schools, high school students, to try and talk to them how to choose their future life or how to choose their future career. And it's surprisingly that the people are not understanding how much innovation is important, and they are all talking and thinking classically. So I want to be the engineer, I want to be the doctor. I was in one of the schools, high schools, great high school, like 2 weeks ago, I think, or 10 days ago. And one guy was so passionate, he's going to be a lawyer. And then when I spoke to him a bit about artificial intelligence and deep machine learning and told him that one of the first jobs to be replaced or dramatically replaced is lawyers. So he was like, oh my God, what shall I do now? I said, no, I cannot tell you what to do, but you need to think properly. So that's why the curriculum should put this innovation at the core. And another thing also I've heard, they're accusing innovation to be a buzzword. Oh guys, come on, blockchain is a buzzword, cloud computing is a buzzword, innovation is buzzwords. Buzzwords are there to motivate us. I mean, number one is a buzzword in the UAE, right? But trust me, over the last 10 years, I've seen people talking about number one and accomplishing number one. So buzzword is there, but we need to put it part of our life. So for example, when I say innovation, people say, okay, I cannot invent Facebook, it's already invented. I cannot do Alibaba, it's done already. I cannot do Uber, it's done already. You don't have to do those big things. You still can do something small that will fit in the creation of the future. For example, now, I don't know if you guys heard about Dubai Future Accelerator. You heard about it, right? So I think this Dubai Future Accelerator is a great thing because I've tried to work with governments, and the bureaucracy in governments is really not the best soil for innovation. So that's why Dubai Future Accelerator, for example, came and said, listen, all bureaucracy is out. We take the top 3, 4 top management of all government agencies, and we allow them to listen to students all the way to countries, including the full spectrum. And mandated by the Crown Prince and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, those 3 top should listen. And that opened all the channel for innovation to come forward. So we should take innovation at core. And why this thing is very important? Because we should allow our educators, our university, to take innovation very seriously, honestly, because when I'm going back and remembering my time in the universities, when I did my master or my bachelor, oh my God, we were so much into a timetable. We were slaves to timetables and schedule and courses and curriculums. There was no room for innovation. I graduated I was the highest GPA in my majors, both in my architectural engineering and a Master of Urban Planning. But that has no value. Because honestly, I'm working now on none of those 2 degrees. Even though getting the highest GPAs, I'm not there at all. So that's what I'm trying to say. I am working in innovation. I am so happy to see, for example, what I am doing, people honestly are using on their daily life, changing their life. I always tell not only students, even adults or entrepreneurs, don't think of only how much is the return of investment. I hate this word, maybe because I'm not too good at it. But I'm happy because return of investment is great, but that's so selfishness because that's return of investment, your investment. But what is your return to earth? Many people are eating food, in some part of the world, many people are living and leaving, and the last thing they'll say, oh, from this date to this date, that was like, and then he rested in peace. Which peace? Peace is when you leave earth, leaving a fingerprint. To leave a fingerprint, it's not how much money you have in bank account or how much you inherited to your next of kin. Who cares? That's very personal, or selfishness. So that's why I tell people, please, innovation is a core. It's not a buzzword. Innovate in any way you want, in a crazy way, in a way under university labs. Just try to innovate on a daily basis. Have innovation at core and make sure, think, when I leave Earth, what would be my fingerprint? For example, now, we have this norm that usually the Middle East or the UAE or Arabs in general, sorry to say that, we cannot innovate, or this country have no soil or the fertility enough for innovation, but that's not true. We are at the best location on earth in this part of the world. We are very lucky to be in the UAE. We have all the possibilities. We have people now started thinking outside the box. So it's two choice. Either you are one of those people or you are really outside the box. You want to be in this box, the innovation box. So guys, I won't talk much more because I know I have how many seconds left? I can talk for 3 hours, don't worry. No, but honestly, what I want to bring just a summary of what I was trying to say. I am just here as a real example from this place. No, I didn't study in the US or Silicon Valley, or all my studies, all my universities is in this part of the world. And of course, we were blessed and were educated by people from all over the world, which, again, when we talked about the UAE being country of everyone, we have 200 plus nationalities, and each one of this nationality form an integral part of this culture. We are 9-10% in the UAE. So common sense, just mathematics, 90% is not UAE. So this country is not for us like locals. This is our country. We have to build it together. I am very glad to see people that sometimes I tell them, guys, what are you doing here? You're spending all your money here. He said, we're living here. We're not going back. I said, glad to hear that. So that's why I can feel and believe people when they tell me, we're working here, we're living here, that's home. So it's only possible because of your energies, because of the innovation being part and core. So I just want to see more university taking innovation as core. And trust me, only we will evolve and go to the future with such approach. And thank you guys for giving me the chance to give you a real example of what's happening.